presented by Geico. Pirates are not known for their welcoming nature. They are known for being loud and loving a good time. Nearly 50,000 fans are inside Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium tonight, and the ones wearing purple and gold will play as big of a role as the East Carolina coaches and players, and here's why. BYU's Bear about to face more heat than smoky. Bear Bachmeier, the true freshman quarterback, makes his road debut inside Rowdy Dowdy. Lowell Galindo here with our quarterback, the Georgia legend, Aaron Murray. Lauren Sisler down inside the mayhem, and we are getting set to go. BYU will kick after winning the toss. And underway in Greenville, North Carolina. London Montgomery from the end zone, cuts it to the outside, to the 40, and bowls over the kicker, forced out of bounds at the 45-yard line. Pirate Nation insane.
They were excited about this game. That's one way to get the fans up on their feet, to get going, to get in the plus territory right off the kickoff. Beautiful job following his blockers and setting up your offense with great field position.
ECU found a head coach in Blake Carroll, in part because he found a quarterback in Caden Hauser. Hauser, the quick screen to the outside, and a pickup of a few yards. Raider DeMooney makes the stop. All right, Caden Hauser, a quarterback. What's he all about?
Well, he runs this offense perfectly. Able to get the ball out of his hands quickly, as you saw on that first play. Want to see if he can take some shots on the field as well.
Quick throw. Yannick Smith tries to spin out of a tackle, and it's going to set up 1 yard to go situation. Isaiah Glasker with the tackle. Two destructive linebackers. Number 16, Isaiah Glasker, and number 17, Jack Kelly. They will try to hang with this quick tempo. Hauser dropped it. Parker Jenkins pounces on it.
That's a missed opportunity right there. That's all in the quarterback. The ball was snapped perfectly right to his midsection and just drops it. You get exactly what you want. 3rd and 1, 2 successful plays. Kind of dictate to the defense you want to run it or pass it. Now, 4th and medium, got to throw the football.
Pirates 2 for 8 on 4th down this season. Empty for Hauser. Too high. He was looking for Brock Spalding, and the Cougars getting the stop on 4th down. And that will set up the true freshman 19-year-old quarterback, Bear Bachmeier, making his first road start. His father, a Marine, grandfather, fighter pilot, great-grandfather, fought the Pacific. Handling adversity is in his DNA.
Although he's going to have to handle adversity throughout the ball game, this ECU defense is tenacious. They're going to be very multiple with their fronts and coverages to try to confuse the young quarterback.
Ground and pound approach. No. Play action. Bear taking a shot wide open and caught. It's Parker Kingston. And no one was expecting that, but he's out of bounds. It was there for Bear Bachmeier.
He had an opportunity right off the bat. Everyone thinking run the football with the young quarterback. Instead, Kingston just does not feel the boundary, unable to keep both feet in. Love the play call early. Just get up there and rip it. Missed opportunity.
Carson Ryan in motion. Going to the ground. And a good burst here for L.J. Martin. Fighting through another tackle. That's what he does best. And a first down pickup for Martin.
I love L.J. Martin. We talked about it all week long. Talk about this offense. It runs through number 4, and the vision, the patience, and then seeing it. The burst doesn't actually have the down the field speed, but where you want him to be physical behind this offensive line, he excels.
Good 1-2 punch. Martin leads the Big 12 in rushing yards per game and scrimmage yards. But Sione Moa, number 30, also a threat. And 2 Moa on the flat. And a simple passing catch on first down.
Well, a lot of times you want to get into these spread formations for a young quarterback. It really clears the picture. It forces the defense to declare what they're going to do. Are they going to put a bunch of guys in the box to blitz? Are they going to go more coverage? Right there, you spread them out, you move the running back to the outside, you know it's zone coverage, and you just catch it and rip it out there for a completion.
Martin with the seam up the middle. Keeps rolling to the 25-yard line.
The big advantage in this football game, BYU's offensive line going against ECU's defensive line. They're bigger, they're more physical. ECU's gonna have to commit more bodies. That means safety's coming in the box. That means corners are gonna have to squeeze on the outside to add bodies.
Only Navy with more rushing yards per game than BYU. Chase Roberts, go-to receiver in motion. Back to the bell cow. He's swallowed up at the line, and it's Damian Wilson, former top 300 prospect in the class of 2021, who started his career at Mizzou.
Well, the way you can help, we talked about adding safeties, and another thing you do is get to what we call a bare front, or essentially creating a bunch of one-on-ones where the center's covered up, both guards are covered up, and both tackles. It allows those second-level players, guys like Damian Wilson, to run more free to make tackles in the backfield.
Run all the way for Bachmeier. Breaks one tackle, the cut back and flipped up. Ball is out. Pirates think they found some booty. And it will stay with the Cougars offense.
The ruling on the field is a fumble and recovered by the defense.
No! Pirates football. Preston Carr upended him, forced the football out.
Yeah, I think that's going to come back to BYU. The ground cannot force a fumble. It looks like the ground is what caused the football to come out as Bear Bachmeier goes airborne and then lands on the football, being cradled in his right arm.
The ruling on the field is under further review to see if the runner was down.
So we will go to review and see if this is the 9th takeaway for the Pirates defense this year. Bachmeier, and it looks like the ground forces out one. Cougars could get it back. ECU cannot convert on 4th down on their opening drive. BYU just got the football back after a review.
Clearly, the ground forced the ball to come out, so good call there to go back to the review. And now 3rd down, first big 3rd down on the road for the young quarterback.
First road start for Bear Bachmeier. That's complete to Cody Hagan, but we got a timeout by East Carolina.
Prior to the snap, timeout, ECU, their first of the half. It will be 30 seconds.
Well, let's take a look at the impact players brought to you by Pizza Hut. Who you tracking here, Aaron?
Yeah, there's some good players on both sides of the ball in this game, but the guys I'm going to be looking out for, we saw L.J. Martin early in this game, what he can do running the football. Jack Kelly, one of the premier linebackers in the country. Anthony Smith, big plays down the field for ECU. And then Riddle at that safety position. We talk about this defense having to add defenders in the box. He's going to be one of them.
And really interesting matchup because we know how secretive college football coaches are, but all week long, both sides have acknowledged what this game comes down to. Can the young quarterback handle this environment and the East Carolina defense?
Yeah, that's going to be the big thing. How much confidence, too, does the coaching staff have in him to make plays on 3rd down situations, on 4th down situations, in the red zone? First test right here.
And a flag is down. And it's going to be movement against BYU.
False start, offense, number 71, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
Here's Kalani Satake, season number 10 as a head coach at his alma mater. And Blake Carroll, what a story for him. He questioned whether he would ever be an FBS head coach. Took over last season after Mike Houston was fired. Went 5-1 down the stretch, beat North Carolina State in the bowl game. 3rd and forever, confusion. Bachmeier got rocked. He got the football to L.J. Martin, and he is walloped by Raheem Craig. And that's his stop for the Pirates defense.
We saw Tegan Will coming down, too, from the safety position. We just talked about Riddle. These two safeties for ECU are electric. They feel like they can bring both of them in the box. They can play coverage as well. Nice read. Good job giving it to LJ. Box getting a little early taste. I like that as a quarterback, though. Get hit early, get a feel of the game.
40 yards for Will Farron, one of the best in the country. And Farron makes it 19 straight makes. He extends the longest made field goal streak in the history of BYU football. Cougars thought they lost, they got it back. They salvaged 3 points from their opening drive.
ESPN College Football Primetime is presented by Geico Switch and Save. Get more with Geico. And embarked by Fairlife. Enjoy great taste and nutrition with Fairlife Ultra Filtered Milk.
ECU enters this matchup against BYU with a lot of belief. After all, they are the only current Group of 5 program with a winning record against BYU. 2 wins, 1 loss. That first win coming back in 2017. London Montgomery put a charge into ECU, and this crowd here at Rowdy Dowdy with a 54-yard return. He's going to have another opportunity. It's going to be Parker Jenkins, though, this time. But did he lose the ball? He's going to be down inside the 20-yard line. Let's check in with Lauren Sisler.
What is up, y'all? Well, Aaron, I am standing in the boneyard, can barely hear myself talk. Look, the energy is real here, and that is what they want. Coach Harrell told us this week that the students, the fans, they're just as bought into this program as the players, and that's what they're really going to need tonight. That's going to be a big key for them against this freshman quarterback for BYU, Bear Bachmeier. They want to make him play like a freshman. And my final message coming from these guys, welcome to Rowdy Dowdy.
Hauser with the run on first down and taking on the big, mature defenders for BYU. It's an old and nasty defense.
It is nasty, and this defense is experienced, and they're ready to go. The big thing is that can they get lined up? Can they calm down? This offense is going to go brick super fast throughout the ball game.
To the ground, and decent surge initially that will set up a third and manageable. This is where Caden Hauser had the issue with the snap, but Darius Bell on the last drive set them back. They went for it on 4th down, got stuffed. 2 tight ends. Desario Riles, number 6. Javante Connor, number 8. They are the typical go-to targets on 3rd down. The senior with an inside slant, incomplete to Yannick Smith. And that was Evan Johnson, the best cover corner for BYU.
I think Evan got there just a tad bit early. I like the empty formation, clear things out. You're going to get double slants to the field. You go from 1 to 2. Just look at 0. Very close, Lowell. Getting that right in there to knock it down.
Ryan Levy will punt, and it's another Bachmeier back in the game. Not Bear, but his older brother, Tiger. Tiger from the 25. A little hesitation move, and up to the 37-yard line. BYU is rolling through their first 2 games. You can question the competition, not what they've done against it, though. 48 points per game, second best in the Big 12. You see the rumbling on the ground with Navy with more. The defense, 3 points allowed. That's it, 3, just 3, a field goal.
Yeah, I would think we were one of the only ones that knew the Aflac trivia question this morning on College Game Day. It was like, which defense in the country has not given up a touchdown yet this season? I'm in the room saying, it's BYU, it's BYU. Okay, call me, Kirk, call me.
Now, the longest active streak without allowing a touchdown is East Carolina at 9 straight quarters. And this is Cody Hagan trying to turn the corner and a pickup of 2 on first down. What's the approach, though, with Bear Bachmeier knowing he's 19 years old, he hasn't seen a place like this?
Well, I think what you saw on the first drive, find ways to get L.J. Martin involved. And then I also like the play-action pass. I like going empty. Like I said earlier in the first drive, you go empty, it's so much easier for a quarterback to see, especially with a defense like ECU. What's the front look like? What's the secondary look like?
Bachmeier wants to throw, and he throws behind his sturdy tight end, Carson Ryan.
And that's when he's got a hit there. I mean, that's pitch and catch. That's a skinny slant to, I would say, very, very talented tight end. And Carson Ryan, really like number 20. Athletic guy, as you see right here, you can spread him out. He can win some battles against linebackers and safeties. But that one right there, very good pocket. You have to make that throw.
And movement, so Bachmeier's just going to throw this one up in a prayer. And flags came out right at the snap.
It's a big mistake defensively.
Offside, defense, number 40, in the neutral zone at the snap. 5-yard penalty, third down.
And I can tell you this, Lloyd, as a young quarterback, because I played as a redshirt freshman, but still, 3rd and 8 on the road, very different than 3rd and 3 on the road. So giving him a little bit of a break right now with the silly penalty defensively.
Now, this has been a gimme from this distance for L.J. Martin, leading rusher in the Big 12. He's the tailback. Bachmeier will throw out of the backfield to Carson Ryan. What a beauty of a play call. First down, Carson Ryan. Aaron Roderick, the OC, drawing up a gym.
Well, the big talk, we just talked about, everyone's talking about protect the quarterback, protect the quarterback. The defense knows, hey, it's 3rd and short. They got an offensive line. They got L.J. Martin. We're coming downhill hard, play action. And then you sneak out the athletic tight end that we just discussed. You missed him 2 plays ago. You come back for a big one on 3rd and short.
24-yard pickup. Carson Ryan, second leading receiver on this team.
The previous play is under review for a possible target.
And we're going to look at the contact that was out of bounds. As Carson Ryan was the victim of that potential targeting.
Get a couple good looks. Crown of the helmet, contact to the neck or head area.
Now, is there an indicator?
That was Wilk, too. We talked about Wilk and just how important he is to this defense at that safety position. Looks pretty clear to me, unfortunately, Lowell. Could be, if upheld, a huge loss for this defense.
Looks like it is the crown. Also looks like there is a launch, a dipping of the shoulder, and then launching into the contact.
It also doesn't look good when Ryan's head snaps backwards as well.
Yeah, Tegan Wilk, they call him the grandpa of the defense. It's actually his first year back at ECU. Transferred to Houston for a year and then came back to play for Blake Harrell. Keep in mind, Blake Harrell was a longtime defensive coordinator before he took over as the interim last year. Sparked the offense with the defense. They go on a run, and his dream comes true. He didn't know that he was going to get an opportunity at this stage in his career to be a head coach, but he has electrified this ECU program.
Yeah, like you said, both sides. Really just the energy that he brings to defense kind of gave the offense of, hey, let's take the training wheels off, essentially go out there and do your thing, and you've seen a completely different offense from what it was in 2023 to the beginning of last year as well, as we now are about to get the call from the officials.
After review, targeting with the crown of the helmet on defense, number 4. That's a 15-yard penalty. Number 4 has been disqualified from the game.
And I think they got the numbers wrong. It's number 3, Tegan
Correction,
Wilk.
number 3. Correction, number 3.
So the strength of this East Carolina defense are the safeties, Riddle and Wilk, and they just lost half of that duo.
That's the best part of their defense. And we talk about how important those guys are going to be coming down against this run game, being that 7th defender in the box. And Wilk has been kind of that leader, the guy that's really helped change the culture in the locker rooms. That's going to be a big loss here already really midway through the first quarter, Lowell.
L.J. Martin, the lone back under center for Bachmeier. To Martin. And running behind the left side that is getting a big boost in the form of Waylon Lapuaho, who was supposed to be the stud offensive lineman, missed the first 2 games of the season, Portland State and Stanford. Now he is back on that O-line.
Yeah, and you know, he's excited to be back in this game, and this offensive line taking that ownership of what the identity of this offense is going to be this year. You know they love it, especially when they got running backs like L.J. Martin, who are 6'2", 220, right behind him.
This is where they struggled against Stanford. Just 2 touchdowns and 6 red zone drives. Bachmeier scrambling, looking for the sideline. Slowed down to take on some contact, and Jonathan JoJo Jean meets him.
Well, go back to your original point about this, where they struggled. They struggle because when you get in down in distances like this, you need a confident quarterback that's accurate with the football.
Officials timeout. Officials timeout.
I don't know what they're discussing down their field, but go back to the point. Confident quarterback play in the red zone is critical, and obviously having confidence in that quarterback to go out there and throw it into condensed spaces, very tight windows. But I want to say this about, I feel like we're very down on Bear. He's young, he's played 2 games. Every snap, every possession, every quarter and a half is all learning moments for him.
Well, what's so interesting about this BYU team, if you give them a veteran quarterback, like a Jake Retzloff, if you will, you can make the case easy that they are the favorite in the Big 12.
Yep, there's a very talented team around him. He's just got to continue to grow. And obviously the coaching staff knows that he will. He's a smart kid, man.
3rd and 9, ECU needs to force a 3 here.
I mean, if you get one-on-one with Chase Roberts to the boundary, they switch formations out, but they love number 2.
Cody Hagan, 5 at the top of the screen, isolated. And that is compete inside the 10 to Chase Roberts, trying to be the leading receiver for this BYU team in 3 straight years.
Well, that's now 29 straight games for Chase Roberts with a catch. He is Mr. Reliable. And he can get you with all the routes, and this is where right now BYU on the road, physical football team. This is where you show it on 4th and 1 in the red zone to convert for a 1st down.
Cougars 2 for 3 on 4th down coming into this matchup. Martin broke through a tackle initially. It's going to be right at the marker. Pirates defense thinks they hold. It is not an easy task to trip up L.J. Martin. 6'2", 220.
And you saw Zion Wilson, 54.
Woo! Pirates with the stop. Shutting down one of the best yards after contact runners in college football.
You want to talk about a confidence boost for this defense? They've been told all week they're bigger, they're stronger than you. You can't handle it. Right there when it counts the most, 4th and 1. Zion Wilson and company find a way to get off the field.
This is the American on ESPN. What a week for the American Conference. Tulsa with a shocking upset over Oklahoma State last night. Memphis, the comeback against Arkansas earlier today. Can that man, Blake Carroll, get his signature win against BYU out of the Big 12? Backed up, the Pirates need a first down. They have not moved the chains on their opening 2 drives. Hauser will throw and finds a man. Yannick Smith picking up the first down.
We talked about the Bear front defense earlier. Everyone gets lined up on an offensive lineman. That means man-to-man on the outside. You win. Nice separation from the receiver.
ECU, 4th fastest tempo in college football, but you need first downs to get up and go. That's going backwards. Parker Jenkins is brought down by Siale Acera. Nothing much there for Jenkins, a transfer from Houston. Caden Hauser trying to open it up with his arm. 973 passing yards coming into this game, 6 most of the FBS, the leader in the American Conference. Critical 3rd and 9. Now, this takes an already problematic situation for ECU.
Offense, number 71. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
It makes it even more difficult.
Well, and it's a defense that wants to bring pressure, and they're going to bring it from Glasgow. They're going to bring it from Jack Kelly, 2 very athletic, long linebackers that can get after the quarterback. And we talk about ECU being exotic on 1st and 2nd down, 3rd down. BYU will bring an array of blitzes.
Hauser with the long throw. Gets most of it back, but it's going to be short of the marker. Complete to Yannick Smith. Now, how aggressive do you want to be here?
Oh, no. You understand this game very well could be somewhat low scoring, trying to feel it out, see what the opposing offense is doing. Last thing you want to do is give them confidence, especially after what your defense just did get off the field.
There's Ryan Levy. Tiger Bachmeyer calling for the fair catch. He's shy of the 30-yard line. Next week's college football featured games. We got Florida State, Virginia scoring off Friday night on ESPN. Give me more touchdown, Tommy, for the Noles. Saturday's SEC on ABC lineup includes Notre Dame at Arkansas, LSU at Ole Miss, and Alabama at Georgia. You can always watch every game on the all-new ESPN app from anywhere. So we're seeing the difference in styles offensively. ECU, one of the fastest paces.
Personal foul, blocking out of bounds, receiving team, 15-yard penalty, 1st down.
While BYU huddles on 82% of their snaps, and that could be even higher tonight for multiple reasons. They want to slow it down for the true freshman quarterback, and they also want to make sure that ECU doesn't pick off any of their signs.
No, yeah, exactly. We know that fun world and conversation still going on. I mean, they hold the ball right now 34 minutes per game. One of the slowest offenses you alluded to, but they hold on to it. One of the best in the country.
Bachmeyer off the fingertips of Parker Kingston. Remember the opening drive of the Cougars. Kingston was wide open on a bomb and was out of bounds before he made the catch.
Yeah, just one there off the fingertips. Honestly, I never liked that route. We call it an Omaha route, Lowell. It's a 4-step speed out, ends up being about 6 yards on the sideline. It's just a long throw for not a lot to gain. So don't love that for a young quarterback on the road to try to complete that one with the college hashes.
Bachmeyer's 37 QBR, bottom among the Big 12 starters. And Martin coming back the other way, and he is hit in the backfield by JoJo Jean. And a loss of 5.
Julian Davis, number 42, off the edge. really was the first one to slow him down in the backfield, coming from the left side of the screen and just reads it. Nice job, slows down LJ just enough for the rest of the Pirates to come back, and this is not where you want to be. I don't care if you're an experienced quarterback or not. 3rd and long on the road.
Playing it safe. Moa bottled up. Justin Benton with the stop. And so much love for the ECU offense with Caden Hauser and those fantastic receivers and tight ends, but it's the defense that's been the DNA of this program.
Well, I think the defense has played tremendous in the first part of this season. I've loved what I've seen from this defense, giving up 9 points per game. They get after the quarterback. They create a bunch of turnovers as well. They've held up their end of the bargain to start this football season.
Sam Vanderhaar with his first punt. Kyler Pearson calling for the fair catch at the 46. Let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Casey, thank you so much. Here with Aaron Murray, Lauren Sisler, nearly 50,000 strong. Back in Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium. Team entered with the classic Jimi Hendrix Purple Haze. Awesome scene here. And London Montgomery, who got things started with the kick return, sideline and forced out inside the 30-yard line. They wanted to get the run game going. That's the first carry of more than 20 yards for the Pirates this season.
Well, it started with Panda Askew, number 53, excuse me, logs his defender, allows the running back to use his speed to get to the sideline.
31 for Montgomery. Give it back to him. Trying to get to the perimeter and cannot. Stop made by Viliami Pauha.
This is an offense that you think that they throw the ball over. Very similar to Ole Miss. They, OC, John David Baker was there at Ole Miss. You think Ole Miss, throw the football. It all starts to run with Lane Kiffin. Still starts with the run with this offense. They want to at least stay committed to it, and then everything kind of comes and trickles off of that.
John David Baker, second-year OC, 35 years old. Caden Hauser to throw. Getting it out quick, and it was in and out of the hands of Anthony Smith. Their go-to receiver has really turned the corner to become a complete receiver this year. That's been the knock early in his career.
Well, that was a knock early in his career, where drop passes and not really being consistent on the shorter routes, and worked really hard this offseason, just being on the jugs, catching over and over again. So I know he's very frustrated with that, with all the work that he's put in during the offseason.
Disruptive linebackers Jack Kelly and Isaiah Glasker have been quiet. Screen. And trying to find some room to work with is Brock Spalding. And it will be, again, of a couple of yards, so 4th and long. Field goal time for Nick Mazzy.
At least they stayed on the field, got a first down, gave that defense a little bit of a breather. We're going to definitely stay in tune with time of possession this game. And a lot of times it doesn't matter, but I think this game, it is going to matter. With the size difference, what BYU wants to do offensively, they're going to want to wear the Pirates down on that side, so this offense has to stay on the field more.
Mazzy from the right hash, 36 yards to get the Pirates on the board, and it is up and good. Tied up, 3-3 defensive slugfest here in Greenville, North Carolina. For 20 years, Allstate has celebrated every field goal and extra point made at participating universities by donating to the university's athletic scholarship fund, supporting all student athletes. Thank you to Allstate. $10,000 students back in the Boneyard Here inside, Rowdy Dowdy, Kalani Sitake. Been an interesting week for him because once Deshaun Foster was let go for UCLA, for whatever reason, people started connecting the dots with Sitake going to Westwood. This man reveres Lavelle Edwards. He was part of Edwards' last team in Provo. He's been there 10 years, coming off an 11-win season. I cannot see that being in the realm of possibility for him to look outside Provo.
No, I mean, this is the number 9 winning team percentage-wise for the last 5 years, 45 and 18. I'm with you. I think this is his home and where he wants to be.
Cody Hagan to the 20, tiptoeing out of bounds. And oh, by the way, contract extension before the start of this season for Kalani Sitake.
That helps a lot. I mean, what a pleasure just to sit down and talk with him and get to know him, the way he runs this program, the way that this football team executes and plays for their coach. I mean, look at that, 3 seasons with 10-plus wins, 7 bowl appearances. They do well now season. That record right there, the last five years, not many teams, only 8, have done better over the past 5 seasons. That man in this program.
BYU was stopped on 4th down on their last trip. Kingston in motion. Bear Bachmeyer will give it to LJ Martin backwards. Kevon Merrill with the TFL, his 2nd of the season.
The secondary is going to have to play a role in the run game. And this defense has to feel pretty good right now the way they played.
East Carolina has made it 10 straight quarters without allowing a touchdown. That ties the longest streak in American Conference history. 3-3 at the end of 1.
Welcome back. And Coach, I want to know from you, your quarterback, his first road game, how do you get him into a rhythm and settle him down?
We just got to convert first downs. We're making too many mistakes out there, so we're behind in downs and got to get the third manageable for him. But just mistakes. We just got to fix it. Play assignment sound football.
What stands out to you about your defense right now?
Yeah, there's a great defense on both sides. We just got to keep rolling and take advantage of opportunities that come our way.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
What a one-handed catch by Sione Moa. For all the attention L.J. Martin gets, they think Moa is one of the best players on this offense.
Well, it's not just the offensive staff, but we asked about the defensive staff as well. And Jay Hill, the defense coordinator, said, hey, who on the offense has impressed you kind of during the offseason? And they said, hey, number 30, Moa, is a dude at running back. So you'll see a lot of what we call 20 personnel, 2 running backs right now, 21 personnel as well, to get both those young men on the field at the same time.
1 of 4 on third down. Bachmeier stretching the field, and that's a strike to the 40-yard line and caught by Parker Kingston.
Now that's a confident throw right there. I've not seen many of those from Hank Bachmeier through the first couple games of the season. I mean, that's a tight window, zone coverage. You have to be on time, in rhythm, and obviously accurate with the football.
Transition to a young quarterback has been tough as well for a veteran receiving corps.
Yep.
But there is belief that Bachmeier can be a star with time. Just a true freshman, 19 years old, first road start. Comfortable in the pocket here. Chase Roberts turning it, coming the other way, inside the 30. And Chase Roberts chugging along for the explosive 40 yards.
That's a funny thing when you talk about this offense, you talk to the coaching staff, is everyone expects Chase Roberts just to be kind of a guy that catches shorter routes, but man, he's got some speed too with the ball in his hands, has a little wiggle, can beat you on some post routes, can take the top off a defense, but right there, beautiful route, nice catch, another accurate ball from his quarterback as well.
Leading receiver in each of the past 2 seasons for the Cougars. Bachmeier fakes the toss to the tight end, Carson Ryan, inside the 10. Now can BYU cash in inside the red zone? This has been the problematic area of the field.
Well, I think right now you're feeling some confidence from, it's weird to say this, Lowell, number 47 at the quarterback position. That's 3 balls on this drive right now that have been, once again, on time. The footwork looks good. It's playing within the system. That's the number one thing you see with young quarterbacks, is his footwork on time with the routes, and right now it is.
Failed 4th down on the last red zone trip. Bachmeier will follow Martin. ECU ain't having it. Kenrick Dujour.
Dujour does a really good job of now allowing the offensive lineman to log him. The bottom of your screen gets underneath and is right there to get the TFL. Bend but don't break right now has been this defense. Obviously, you said what's it been, 9 quarters without a touchdown. Very difficult to score against them here in the red zone.
And a late whistle.
Timeout. ECU, their second of the half.
Pirates want a timeout before this 2nd and goal. Tied up at 3 here in Greenville, North Carolina. So Bear Bachmeier signed with Stanford, enrolled early. Jake Retzloff transferred late. Bachmeier entered the portal and transferred to BYU with one condition. Kalani Sitake would allow him to continue to wear the number he wore as a youth football running back, number 47.
Well, I thought it was the long snapper, like all the quarterbacks got hurt, and I'm like, oh, what happened? Why is the long snapper playing quarterback? No, that's Bear Bachmeier, baby.
Part of the quarterback factory out of Provo now. Red zone touch. Back to Ryan. Ryan gets crunched at the 5-yard line.
I mean, one of the best pickups this offseason for this team has been Carson Ryan, because we know they have the running game with LJ. We know that they got the receivers with Roberts and Kingston and Hagan, and but now adding another threat from the tight end position. I really like that number 20. This one you can really use him too inside the red zone.
5 straight completions for Bachmeier. 3rd and goal. Bachmeier stands tall in traffic. Ryan nearly made the catch. Hit the stanchion and dropped it. Oh, boy.
I mean, I was going to say, but I know they're going to snap it. The middle of the field was wide open, and you put Ryan as the number 3 receiver. He does a little fake stick and then hits the seam. And an absolute seed from Bachmeier puts it in a perfect spot, and just great defensive play from Denka, number 7, to get his hands in there. And this defense, once again, bend but don't break.
Here's last year's co-Big 12 Special Teams Player of the Year, Will Ferrell. Hit from 40, now from 23. And it is a field goal fest. 6-3 Cougars lead. Now, to your point, though, about Bear Bachmeier, we've been talking a lot about him, noting that he is young and that he is inexperienced. But you said in the break, there's no reason why he cannot develop into a great quarterback.
I think that drive was a monster moment for him because some of the throws he made. And I go back to footwork is so critical. I saw a guy named DJ Lagway a week ago, and his footwork was horrendous versus Florida, through 5 interceptions, and it started from the ground up. And right now, on that drive right there, Hank showed me that his footwork is really doing a lot.
Now here is Bachmeier. I'm 47. I used to play running back when I was younger, made the transition to quarterback. I just kept the number. I like it. It kind of brings you back to your primitive nature, I guess, when you're playing. Primitive nature, I mean, his name is Bear.
His name is Bear.
And he's built like a bear, like a grizzly at quarterback. I don't know, there's been another quarterback at BYU.
What great names. Him and then Tiger, his brother.
Lauren.
Yeah.
And that kick will go into the end zone, so ECU football at the 25. Let's check in with Kevin Connors. Casey, thank you so much. Caden Hauser, 5 of 8, 35 yards, and we got movement and flags.
Prior to the snap, false start. Offense, number 55. 5-yard penalty. First down.
That's on the starting center, Darius Bell. Had some turnover on the offensive line this week. Cooper Ternovsky, the right tackle, out with an injury. So Bryce Weaver, Bell's backup, had to slide to the right side for Blake Carroll. This would be a statement win for him. They can find a way. Hauser will swing it to Parker Jenkins. And Jenkins, just gets popped. That's Tommy Prasis with the hit once he was corralled.
I mean, that's the first play we really saw the speed of Glasgow from the linebacking spot, 16, man, 6'5", 240. and can run the way that he can run, has NFL scouts salivating.
Hauser, pump fakes, looking for the one-on-one. There's a tug match going on. No flag down at the 40-yard line, incomplete. There was some grabbing going on there with Therian Alexander III and Anthony Smith.
Yeah, it looked like grabbing on both sides, and we'll take another look. Yeah, I think both of them were holding each other. I think good no call there. This is my big question mark, though. We asked the coach staff yesterday about Hauser. We saw multiple balls a week ago that were late, that were behind the receivers, miss opportunities for some shot plays down the field. Right there, you saw the hitch. And the same result late on the throw.
Now, for all the questions that Bachmeier had to deal with, how do you handle this environment?
BYU.
Fair to ask the question of Katin Hauser, how do you handle this elite BYU defense? Big third down coming up. On one side, a Big 12 defense looking the part. On the other side, a D from the American looking legit as well. Greenville, North Carolina, they love having a good time. They love their Pirates. Across the street at the Jungle, one of the best scenes in college baseball. And over here at Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium, Rowdy Dowdy, unbelievable. There's the Taco Bell Live Moss Student Section. Only one student section can claim the title of Live Moss Student Section of the Year. Who will take home the trophy this year? Great people here in Greenville. They love this program. The gold, the purple, well represented today. Third and long for Katin Hauser. Four-man rush, and what a catch! Yonik Smith! How did Katin Hauser thread that fine needle?
You say what a catch, what a throw! And obviously I'm going to lean more towards the quarterback play, but what a beautiful pass between the corner and the safety.
And now there's the late pitch. Oh, and crunch. BYU just ferociously hitting as Raider Demooney was the first BYU player there.
I'm still going back to that last pass.
Yeah.
3rd and long against that defense that has speed. Thread the needle, young man.
Hauser started his career at Michigan State. He can do this some too. Flag is down in the backfield and brought down by Glasker at the 40-yard line.
He's coming back to Serio. I think the tight end 6 is going to get called for a holding.
Holding. Offense. Number 6. 10-yard penalty. First down.
They really like Serio too, more as a catcher than maybe a blocker. You'll see the grabbing of the jersey.
They really didn't need it.
Maybe a little bit. I think it slowed the defender enough down to give his quarterback room to maneuver his way through. It seems like this offense is, obviously so good about the quick game, getting the ball out, but they've been playing behind the chains here in the first half.
Yeah, this is the pace that BYU wants. Here's a late substitution. And it's picked off. Intercepted by Tanner Wall. He's cutting it back. Wall still rolling. Gets a block from Therian Alexander, and a flag is down late.
It shouldn't matter. There was 12 defenders on the field for BYU. The defender did not get off the field in time.
Logan Latui, number 7, was trying to find the sideline.
See, though, they try to slow the game down too much.
Yeah.
You're going to get a flag thrown on you. You got to get your butt off the field.
Well, ECU got burnt by that a little bit last week against Coastal Carolina. They rushed the punt team off the field, offense back on, and you have to hold the snap so the defense is allowed to make defensive substitutions to match. The snap was not held, though, as Latui.
There's 2 fouls on the play, both by BYU.
Wow.
Holding. That penalty's declined. Before the interception, illegal substitution. Defense, number 7, 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Let's go right here. Just good awareness. You saw the top of your screen. Defender still on the field. I think Kane Hauser knew that and was just like, essentially if a guy goes offsides, hey, I'm going to take a shot down the field, knowing that you got a free play. Let's see if we can take advantage.
3rd penalty against BYU, and this is the longest drive for the Pirates. Before this, had 1 drive of more than 4 plays. That was the one that led to the lone points of field goal. Hauser running behind his tight end, followed up by Raider Demooney. His dad, Jack, was a starting safety at BYU in the mid-90s, and now is the Cougars' director of football relations.
Another 3rd and long.
When you look at the numbers, surprisingly, East Carolina is one of the best teams in America on 3rd and 10+ to go.
They got the receivers, they got a quarterback that throws you a lot of confidence, but still not a spot you want to be in.
That's living dangerously, in other words.
You got one-on-one right now, backside, single high safety. Anthony Smith, take a timeout and get another look at this for the offense.
Timeout. ECU. Their 3rd and final of the half.
Pirates moving.
ECU in another 3rd and long situation. Caden Hauser showed some poise on that last one. Can he get it done here? Look, he told me this is the first time in his career he's been the week 1 starter. He's been competing his whole life, and in this transfer world, the job is never really safe. He says he plays with a chip on his shoulder, like he's going to lose the job every single day. So he just goes out there and tries to get better and compete.
Pirates averaging 37 points per game since he took over as starting quarterback midway through last season. 3rd and long, Hauser will roll. Tight window, in and out and back in. Brock Spalding, the catch of the night, is a pinball wizard.
Tommy Prasis jumps this. This is living dangerously. If you're Kane Hauser, that's 2 throws right now. That one a little bit more aggressive than the previous 3rd and long, but finding ways to make plays down the field.
13 yards, a second 3rd and long pickup for Hauser. Back to work all night to throw, fits it in, and another juggling catch. No, Anthony Smith should have brought that in. Incomplete. The second leading receiver in the American Conference.
That's the second one this game that he's dropped that's been right in his hands. The first one, he looked up too fast. This one, a beautiful throw from Hauser, up and over, a little teardrop over the second level defenders. You saw it coming.
You can see, though, Caden Hauser oozing with confidence right now.
Yes, oozing, but now he needs his star receiver to start getting some confidence, too.
He is by far the most targeted receiver for the Pirates. One of the best in America. Oh, cutting upfield. Caden Hauser, just be careful. He took a couple of shots in the last game against Coastal Carolina, where if that's Glasgow or Kelly, he may not stay in the game.
He's feeling himself right now. Nice drive going here from number 4. Throwing the football, good job right there. Getting some good yards with his legs, getting down. Now this is more the manageable 3rd down you want to be in.
On the ground, tunneling up the middle is Marlon Gunn. And Gunn will move the chains for the first down pickup.
They've used 3 running backs, and Marlon Gunn, 21, is their 3rd down back. 6 foot, 220, more of a bruiser.
One of the worst rushing teams in America, figuring it out at the right time. That's the bread and butter. Anthony Smith picks it out of the night sky.
Now that looked more natural for number 9. Going up and snagging it, using his hands, confident catch. You see the speed, bam! Right off the line of scrimmage, puts his foot in the ground, nice snag.
BYU has not allowed a touchdown this season. The only team in the FBS that can claim that. Here's Gunn to the left side and whipped down by Tanner Wall.
And the blocking on the outside from Connor, the tight end, number 8, just puts a linebacker on the grass to open things up for the nice run on 1st down.
High snap. Hauser cuts it up to the 5-yard line. And a 1st down, setting up 1st and goal on this lengthy drive.
Right now, that's 2 blocks. Gotta give the tight end some love because Connor took on one of the star linebackers from BYU and then put him in the ground as well. The tight end's doing a great job leading this running attack the past 2 plays.
13th play of the drive. The big tight end, J.C. Connor, and is going to be tracked down by Raider DeMooney. What do you think about that look?
I mean, listen, he's done 2 great blocks. Find a way to give him the football. It's been a great drive, 69 yards, eating up some clock as well. I think the most important thing right now, too, on this possession, you're giving your defense a break, getting right around 6 minutes.
Because it's been quick drives to this point for ECU. Caden Hauser will roll the pocket. Now thinks about running. Late throw picked up. Evan Johnson. Now he's going backwards. Dangerous move. Johnson to the 10. And what a play for BYU. They protect that end zone like their life depends on it. Still, no touchdowns allowed by the Cougars.
That's a great play defensively, but a bonehead play from the quarterback. You have to understand, sometimes the defense is going to win. They saw it coming. They flooded the zone with the receivers as well, and he tries to do a little up, back, throw it. And instead, Evan Johnson, their best cover corner, jumps in front of it. As you said, Lowell, defend the end zone. Beautiful job by number 0. Bend but don't break, we said for ECU. Same thing from BYU, over 6 minutes there in that drive. Walk away with no points given up.
First interception of the season for Evan Johnson. Now the freshman, Bear Bachmeier. Backed up by the student section. Here's L.J. Martin. L.J. Martin rolling through the ECU defense. They're celebrating like they did the damage, but it was L.J. Martin who took on everybody.
Yeah, you need more of number 4 here, the remainder of this second quarter, running the football. Keep it on us up, and look at the blocking too from Moa, number 30, leading the charge in this 20 personnel, 2 backs on the field.
He's getting 7 yards per rush after contact, number 3 nationally. Here comes Kingston. The throw back to Kingston. He's a burner. Popped out of bounds, shy of the first down marker.
Yeah, I like Kingston, number 11. They use him in a variety of ways. You give him some jet sweeps, quick hitters on the outside, very twitchy. Just want to find ways to get him the ball in space the rest of this game.
Finds the end zone. He scored in his career with receptions, a couple of passes, a couple of punt returns as well. He lost his punt return duties to Tiger Bachmeier this week after a couple of fumbles in the previous 2 games. Moa is hit by Raheem Craig. Craig, not great stats, but one of the best players on this ECU defense. That's a first down for the Cougars. They would love to take this thing all the way down to halftime.
All the way down.
It would be perfectly fine with the 6-3 lead.
Yeah, no, they want some points on the board. They're not just trying to take the time off. But this is a good situation, though, for the quarterback as we do get closer, getting a 2-minute drive on the road.
There's Carson Ryan in motion. Sione Moa. Good acceleration, and the tackle is made by Samuel Danka. Great sideline-to-sideline speed for number 7.
Well, that's a position, the linebacking spot for ECU that is starting to play better over the past couple games, but really needs to continue to mature for this defense. They like the D-line. They feel like they have some really good depth. We talk about the safety position. It's really those linebackers that they're looking to see continue strides in the right direction.
Second and medium, Moa. Patient running, flag is down as he takes it to the 49-yard line.
He's coming back. Sony Makasini, 51, wrapped up his defender and brought him down a little bit too aggressively in his block.
An embarrassment of riches, though, in this BYU backfield.
Holding. Offense, number 71, 10-yard penalty, second down.
If you want to break in a young quarterback, it's good to have elite running backs. They have that in Martin and Moa, and the man teaching them the finer points of that craft, Harvey Unga, the running back coach, one of the all-time greats to do it for this BYU program.
That is the 2-minute.
And that takes us to the 2-minute timeout. Both these defenses have a lot of pride when it comes to keeping the opposition out of the end zone. And we're almost at half, and no touchdowns for either team. A few field goals, and it's BYU 6, ECU 3. Well, Kevin, here, Beer Bachmeier is growing up. That's a low throw to Chase Roberts. Before that, though, he had completed 6 of his last 7 attempts. And for BYU, a lot on the line for them. They've been just outside the top 25. Some of the upsets, potentially a win here in Greenville, puts the Cougars in the top 25 for the first time this season. Blake Carroll, the pride of Franklin, North Carolina, has done a fantastic job since taking over this ECU program. His counterpart, Kalani Sitake, year number 10 for the Cougs. Third and forever, Moa will be tracked down at the 39-yard line. So this is going to be an opportunity for ECU to get the football back. No timeouts, but they still do have time to work.
Yeah, I think a lot's going to depend on what this punt is. And I'm BYU, I'm telling my punter, just kick it as far as you can right now. We're at our own 40, so no holding back. So see if we can pin him inside the 10-yard line. And I think if they do, then there comes a legitimate question offensively of how aggressive do you want to be? Because 6-3, I think both teams honestly feel good with that.
The last thing you want is to push things and end up with a pick 6.
Yes. Yeah, remember, BYU does get the football to start the second half.
Timeout. BYU, their second of half. It will be 30 seconds.
Well, tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN, join Sunday NFL Countdown as Randy Moss sits down with Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson before they square off on the field. Plus All Access with Jared Verse. And Monday Night Football features the Lions and the Ravens at 8 Eastern on ABC, ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and the all-new ESPN app with Peyton and Eli once again on ESPN2. ECU trying to find a way to get another point or 2 or 3. Really trying to find that end zone for the first time in this game. Knowing they're doing it, it's a BYU defense that has not allowed a touchdown this season. What do we got here in the return game? Kyler Pearson is back for ECU. Vanderhaar the punt. Fielded and lost! Muffed! ECU has to hop on it. Mad dash for the football. And it's going to be the Pirates football. But at the 2-yard line. Can't have that, Aaron.
No, near disaster. I think that at least answered the question of how aggressive are you going to be right now. I think the only thing is we got to get the ball away from our own end zone and just looked up way too fast. Once the punt came into his hands, you want to watch his eyes look up before securing it. Great job by getting on the football, though, for ECU. But yeah, right now it's let's get enough yardage to get out of this end zone and then get into halftime.
It was Marcus McKenzie who forced it out. So 59 seconds, no timeouts. The ball is spotted at the 1. London Montgomery's a running back. Quick toss, picked, end zone! Evan Johnson had one taken away, and another in this end zone. Pick 6.
Oh, Lord, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't know what. Unless you're afraid that the defense line's going to push you back and you don't want to run the football, get under center, run a QB sneak, gain a couple of yards, go to halftime. I don't know why you would put this ball in harm's way for that situation right there.
So Farron's going to kick this extra point. That's the first touchdown scored against ECU since the opener against North Carolina State. But this brings up something that you brought up to me watching Caden Hauser on film against Coastal Carolina.
Just some of the, the big thing was accuracy down the field and sometimes being a little bit late, but right there, the decision making and being confident. We've seen some confident throws the previous possession. You got to push into some tight windows. Right there, I think that's more on the coaches than him, though. Let's be honest. That's on the coaches. You cannot put your quarterback in a situation to throw the football backed up on your 1-yard line.
I also get it, though, when you've struggled to run the football against that BYU front at the 1, you're probably thinking,
get under center and run a quarterback sneak. I don't need 5 yards. I need 2 yards, and we're at halftime.
How about that sequence, though, from Evan Johnson? Interception in the end zone. That erases what was looking like it was going to be a scoring drive for ECU. Then comes back the other way, and in the opposite end zone, reads that, steps in front of it, strolls in, and it's 13-3, and this place is quiet.
BYU defense, one of the best in the country, and they're showing out here against this electric offense for ECU, holding the 3 points, and it has been everyone but really Evan Johnson with back-to-back interceptions, preventing a touchdown and then scoring a touchdown on that last play.
And now do you push it here?
No.
They're throwing, stretching the field down to the 40-yard line, and it's Yannick Smith.
Might have been a little too aggressive to know. I think right now, especially down 13-3, the way this is going, 51 seconds, the way this offense can go.
They want points. Hauser, sideline, just overthrows. Intended target. And he was looking for the tight end, the Serial Riles stretching the field.
He had a step on him too. He got really nice job stacking the defender from the speedy tight end. He's smiling, walking back to the sideline like, I had him. As a quarterback, you have to bring him back into what we call the red line, about 5 yards from the sidelines. Keep it in bounds.
Still chucking it. Now check down and shaking off one tackler and getting out of bounds is Parker Jenkins. So 38 seconds left, no timeouts. At muff punt, led to the ball being spotted at the 1-yard line. Hauser was looking for the quick pass. Evan Johnson, grip and rip. And it went from 6-3, anyone's game, 13-3. The blink of an eye. Inside pressure on Hauser, and he's dropped. Jack Kelly, it was just a matter of time. The captain with his 2nd sack of the season.
It's just so much fun watching these linebackers because they don't just play the traditional linebacking spot. They'll move in the defensive end, they'll get them lined up, and right there just splits the guard and tackle on the stunt up front with the defensive end and finds his way for another sack.
Hauser sacked for just the 2nd time this season.
Timeout, BYU, their 3rd and final of the half. It will be 30 seconds.
Jay Hill's defense.
This is interesting right here. This moment right here happened in Nebraska, Michigan.
Okay.
The clock ran to 1 before timeout was called, and Nebraska threw a Hail Mary for a touchdown. The big complaint was if Michigan called a timeout, they would have not thrown the Hail Mary in case they got stopped. The other team would have had a chance to then throw something themselves. So BYU right now calling a timeout to make sure a punt is kicked. So learning from an earlier game today. That was pretty interesting right here.
Hey, Bachmar, you see the numbers outplaying Caton Hauser, the senior. Big part of it is ball security.
Yep.
Hasn't turned that thing over. The offense has only produced 6 points. And that was a low punt, some traffic there. They'll let this one keep rolling. And that will take us to the end of the first half. How about this? The BYU defense is scoring more than it's allowing on the season. They've scored a touchdown, but have yet to allow a touchdown this season. Evan Johnson What a sequence for him. 2 interceptions, 1 for a touchdown, and it's the Cougars leading the Pirates 13-3 at the half. Welcome back to ESPN College Football Primetime, presented by Geico. A beautiful night here in Greenville, North Carolina, where Rowdy Dowdy was living up to that building. It has gotten quiet as BYU now leads 13-3. Lowell Galindo here with Aaron Murray. Our drive recap is brought to you by AutoZone.
It starts with the defense for BYU. Tight, sticky coverage all night long, and then we know their ability to get after the quarterback, especially from Kelly. But Evan Johnson stole the show in the second quarter. No points given up for BYU, and then gets some points himself with the pick six. This defense we knew was really good. They've exceeded even those expectations, Lowell, in the first half.
It was 270 offensive snaps without a turnover for East Carolina. And then on back-to-back passes, it was Evan Johnson just ruining that and really flipping this night upside down. 13-3, BYU leads, coming across a couple of time zones from the Mountain Time Zone here to the East Coast. East Carolina started with the Rock, so back to the Cougars here. And a chance for a return, short kick. Here's Cody Hagan. And bringing it just shy of the 30. Let's check in with Lauren Sisler.
Hey guys, talking to Kalani Sitake coming out of the locker room there, he said, look, we are playing missed opportunities, and he said this is a hostile environment. Bear making mistakes, knows he's been missing those throws. It's something they practice over and over and over again, and so he just wants to see him step in, getting to a rhythm. But he said, look, feels like he's leaning into this atmosphere, and he feels like this second half is going to be a lot of fun. We're going to see some good stuff from him. Yeah,
concern number one when you have a true freshman starting in an environment like this for the first time is probably ball security. It's been brilliant there. LJ Roberts has just been rumbling. LJ Martin, excuse me, and Martin out of El Paso picks up the first down.
And now over 65 yards on the ground for him. They're going to continue to lean on this running back game. But let's go back to Bear real quick. I was impressed, man, with that first half, especially in the second quarter. You saw a quarterback that started to gain some confidence within this offense, stepping in the throws, making some impressive, not just a short stuff, but down the field. We'll see if he can continue to build on that here in the second half.
LJ Martin with 4 carries of at least 10 yards. And a little trickery coming the other way is Cody Hagan. Hagan gets a perimeter block, cuts it back up, and takes it down to the 48-yard line. Carson Ryan was trying to spring that to the outside.
That's what they use. You see Cody Hagan, you see Parker Kingston. These gadget players that just get the ball in their hands and essentially create a punt return. And you said it, 20, Ryan, Mr. Do-It-All, every down tight end. Making plays in the pass game in the first half, out there with a nice block to get the second and short.
Martin will flip it back. He's going to throw it again. Parker Kingston, 2 touchdowns throwing in his career. Was looking for Chase Roberts, former high school quarterback. That has become part of the arsenal for this offense.
Yeah, but bad. Come on, I'm going to critique the quarterback here. Kingston on that one.
He's not a quarterback anymore.
Well, he used to be. He should know better than throwing a double coverage. I mean, come on. Clear vision. You see it right now. You see the corner backing up, safety over the top, but threw a dime. I will say, made a nice throw.
So what, you're saying tuck and run there?
Yes.
And not throw the football?
Yes.
Come on, man.
It's impressive throw.
Third and short. Can take those chances when you get a first down pickup like they got. And LJ Martin fighting forward picks up the first down.
I mean, what a luxury to know that 2nd and 1 to 2, you can take a shot, have a trick play, little gadget play, and then let's just hand it to one of our 220-pound backs behind this offensive line, and they're going to get the first down for us. I mean, that's how this offense is built, is what they'll continue to do.
It's coached by a former fullback.
What's a fullback?
Well, we don't see those anymore, but back in the day, Lavelle Edwards was using Kalani Sitake in that role. His final game as a Cougar, as a player, was Edwards' final game as head coach. Bear Bachmeier, heaving it, and into trouble looking for Cody Hagan.
Woo! I mean, that was a foot away from being a touchdown to Hagan, and just the incredible hustle by Riddle. We highlighted Riddle to start the broadcast. I mean, made two really big hustle plays early on this season. One interception and two on a reverse that he hawked down right there to track that ball and almost make a heck of an interception.
Remember, the Pirates' other star safety, Tegan Wilk, out for this game, victim of targeting. Ejected after that review of the first half. Here's Kingston. Well, now we'll turn it up and takes it to the 45-yard line. If you're wondering where Kingston gets his speed from, it's Grandma. Grandma ran track at BYU back in her day.
Okay.
Third down, ECU needs to stop.
Right now, if you get a matchup with 20 in the slot, really like Carson Ryan if he's on a linebacker.
Moa tried to bowl through the Pirates' defensive line. Josiah Robinson will not allow that.
Robinson shot through there like a cannon coming off a pirate ship from the defensive end position, right underneath the tackle, and just ate that play up before it had any opportunity to even get going. Really nice get off there.
I love out front, you know, some programs, they have a statue of like a Heisman Trophy winner or maybe a former athletics director or president. ECU, they've got a giant pirate with the cannon.
Blackbeard.
That speaks to my heart. Arr. Vanderhaar with the punt for BYU. Now there was a misplay by Pearson last time, and that is a beauty. Downing it inside. The 5 is Marcus McKenzie, the man that forced the ball out, and the last punt return opportunity for ECU, which ended up being the pick 6.
And BYU right now, the defense back on the field. We're gonna find out what changes did this ECU offense make during the half.
This is the American on ESPN. East Carolina trying to bottle up some of that magic that we saw from Ryan Silverfield and Memphis earlier today. Trailed by 18 against Arkansas, came back to get the win. There is a lot of belief here in Greenville, North Carolina. The Pirates can do the same, but the last two passes from Hauser have been picked off by Evan Johnson, so play it safe. And that will take it up to the 6-yard line. It was back-to-back passes picked off by Evan Johnson before. They threw some going into the half, but it's been some red zone issues combined with turnovers that have been the story here for Hauser tonight. And on the ground, maybe giving Hauser a break and let him collect himself as Parker Jenkins picks up the first down.
Yeah, and Parker flashed last week, and they feel like he has the ability, just needs to continue to showcase what he did a week ago.
Going up tempo after they move the sticks. And denied by Samoe Peao with a stop of the line. Let's check in with Lauren Sisler.
Yeah, talking to Blake Harrell at the half, he said 2 bad decisions by Caton back-to-back. Hadn't done that all year. Better decisions, getting off the field quicker will be key here in the second half. Defensively, doing a good job keeping out of the box, but he said, look, we've got to stop BYU on the opening drive. Obviously, they got the job done. Let's see how the offense performs here.
Had 2 drives of more than 4 plays in the first half. One was the field goal, and one was the interception in the end zone. Great block on the perimeter, and trying to cut it up is Anthony Smith. Evan Johnson with the stop.
I've just been so impressed with the tight end blocking for ECU. We saw it 2 possessions ago as they marched away into the red zone. Really nice job by those big guys getting to the second level.
Oh, botch snap. Hauser will try to make something out of it. And it's been the little things. They get the first down yardage there, but opening drive, there's the poor snap on 3rd down, moves them back. Go for it on 4th down, don't come up with it. The muff punt as well. Yep. Before that pick 6, they're just slightly off.
It's just little things. Like you said, that first possession, man, you're in positive territory off the kickoff return, and you drop the bobble snap. You had an opportunity to hit a first down after that, and you go 4 and out. And just little things. When you're playing a team as disciplined as BYU that is not going to make a lot of mistakes, you cannot be doing that to yourself.
Hauser staying aggressive, working sideline, and Evan Johnson is running with Anthony Smith.
That's a nice ball right there, and gave Anthony Smith an opportunity to make a catch and make a play on the football. Goes right through his left arm, unfortunately. Nice decision, good pocket, step up, make the throw, and you would love to see your top receiver make a play like that.
Smith has worked extremely hard the past couple of years to become more of a complete receiver, as Jenkins looking to stretch, trying to take BYU sideline to sideline. That doesn't work there as Keanu Tanavasa makes a stop.
Well, you got to make plays like that. And in a game like this with a defense, it is difficult to drive the length of the field as we saw and have a 6-7 minute drive and put points on the board. You need to hit some more explosives.
4 for 9 on 3rd down. Before Hauser was picked off in the end zone, they had those 2 3rd and long conversions through the air on that drive.
See if BYU brings pressure now.
And yeah, we had movement. Anthony Smith was breaking out of the blocks a little too quick.
False start. Offense, number 71, 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
That's called against Bryce Weaver, new right tackle for ECU. And there is Blake Harrell, first-year full-time head coach, as DeCerio Riles. He's been battling some injuries so far this season, getting worked on here. Backside pressure. Hauser feels it, will not get away. And that is number 2 for Jack Kelly.
6'2", 242. These linebackers are big, they're physical, and they are excellent in the pass game when it comes to getting after the quarterback, tracks him down, sees it. And as a quarterback, you got to know going against this defense, you start running around, those linebackers are coming to eat.
This is how you know they've got a nasty defense under Jay Hill. One of the linebackers has a neck roll. The other one wears a cowboy collar. I don't think you're going to find that in college football anymore.
Just nasty old school linebacker defense.
And this BYU defense is just playing lights out. It is 13-3. Cougars with the lead, and Jack Kelly, the stud senior captain, with a couple of sacks tonight. Look at that big dog bearing down on you. Good luck. ESPN supports the College Football Playoff Foundation's Extra Yard for Teachers Week each year to celebrate great teachers across the country who have inspired so many of us. Nominate a great teacher in your community by visiting cfpfoundation.org. Let's check in with Lauren.
And tonight our spotlight is on Courtney Farron, wife of BYU kicker Will Farron. Courtney says she knew she wanted to be a teacher all the way back in 3rd grade, even playing school with her younger sisters on a chalkboard at home. Now in the classroom, she says her greatest joy is creating a safe space for students to learn, watching them grow. For Courtney, though, seeing the progress from start of the year to the end of the year is the most rewarding part of teaching. So tonight we say thank you to Courtney and all the teachers making a difference in the lives of their students every single day.
Lauren, thank you so much. Bear Bachmeyer wide open to Chase Roberts. Oh, Roberts is lit up as Raheem Craig came flying in from nowhere, but how did he get so open?
Just really nice sail route. I think, first off, beautiful timing from Bear once again, and then I like him holding him up as well to make sure he doesn't run into the corner on the outside, but Roberts does a good job selling like he's going to run a deep cross, breaks it out very friendly for the quarterback. Play action gets that second level to come up, and then it's an easy throw for the quarterback.
Bear Bachmeyer is growing up in front of our eyes. True freshman, then enrolled early at Stanford. Jake Retzloff left the program. Bachmeyer became the starter. Bear will throw another open man. Carson Ryan strolling in for the touchdown. Ryan's second of the season.
I really like Carson, and then now seeing his picture and that beautiful mustache, I like him even more. I mean, 20 is a ball player. He's gonna be on the right side. Just your normal tight end sneak. He's gonna fake like he's blocking, block, 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 and then sneak right up the seam, wide open. We said it in the second quarter, Bachmeier's trying to play with a lot of confidence. And that's now carried over here into the second half.
4 passing touchdowns on the season for Bachmeier, no interceptions. Young quarterback, that's often the biggest thing. Don't want them to turn it over. He's playing a smart brand of football.
He's playing a smart brand of football, yes, and I think they're finding ways to get some guys open, but from what I saw on tape,
yep,
I was not expecting this. He has exceeded my expectations. I've been very impressed with the way he's throwing the football here tonight.
How about the game plan from OC Aaron Roderick as well?
Yep.
It has been a great combination of maybe trying to protect him a little bit, but remember, right off the bat, they let Bachmeier take a shot.
Yep.
So it hasn't been hiding him in any way. There's faith in what he can do.
No, but I think the first things first, they're running the ball well, and then a lot of these have been off play action. And I think that's the key to this offense. If you can continue to run, and then he understands that, man, these linebackers are gonna come up. I'm gonna have some nice guys running open in that second and third level. I just think it's you see the confidence and the footwork, the anticipation, and then you start having fun.
Typically more fun when you win, right?
That too.
And trying to move to 3-0 on the season. Next week's college football featured games, we got Florida State, Virginia, squaring off Friday night on ESPN. Saturday, SEC on ABC lineup. Notre Dame and Arkansas. Arkansas coming off the loss against American Conference foe Memphis. LSU has Ole Miss. Ole Miss with the win against American Conference foe Tulane. And then you got Alabama and Georgia. You can always watch every game on the all-new ESPN app. Logan Galindo here with Aaron Mooring, former Georgia star quarterback. Warren Sisler on the sidelines. Beautiful night at Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium, and we got flags. BYU is trying to start 3-0 for the third straight season. That would be a program first, which is shocking to me with all the history for this Cougars program. The great Lavelle Edwards.
False start. Offense, number 10, 5-yard penalty, first down.
But they have not gone 3-0 in 3 straight in the past. More issues for ECU backing it up.
It feels like the majority of this game, though, they've just been behind the chains, unfortunately. And you're at home, man. There should be no excuse for some of the penalties that have occurred on the offensive side of the football.
A lot of 3rd and long situations for ECU. There's a 1st and long. Caden Hauser stuffed, and it is Isaiah Glasker. Man, these linebackers are lethal. Look at the length of this dude.
And that's why NFL scouts love that at 6'5", 240. And man, look at him get skinny and then just get that big pull up there to knock the ball down. He is an absolute giant, but still agile enough to move around and get to the quarterback.
Dad played baseball at BYU. Mom played volleyball. And that is threaded. A dime there from Caden Hauser to Peyton Mangrum.
Mangrum's 4th catch of the season, and one of the more confident throws we've seen from Hauser. Just stepped into that corner route.
Trying to dance up the middle is London Montgomery. Montgomery started off the game with that long 40-plus yard kick return, put ECU in business. Also has the longest run of the season for the Pirates tonight at 33 yards. And we have a whistle and a flag before that snap and a false start.
False start. Offense, number 1, 5-yard penalty, second down.
And it's an 8th penalty for ECU tonight, and a bunch of them, I would say the majority of them, though, I believe, have been on the offense. And there have been a few that have been full start penalties. You're at home, there's no crowd noise. They're really, I mean, you're in the 4th game of the season. There should be no excuses for that.
By far the most adversity that Blake Harrell has faced in a game as a head coach. Interim last season, full-time this year. Thrown behind and nearly picked off by Logan Latui. The leading tackler for the Cougars nearly jumped it and got his first pick. Coming off his best game of his career, 6 tackles and 1.5 for a loss against Stanford in what was a romp for BYU.
Usually a defensive end rushing the quarterback, to see him get back there and make an athletic play like that, just shows you the skill at all 3 levels for the Cougars.
That would have been jaw-dropping, making that play. Another 3rd and long. Call it 12. Hauser skating through some traffic, and he's going to be dropped at the 44-yard line. Is this automatic go?
It kind of feels, especially with the way BYU can just eat up the clock. At least give it a go to see if you can get a free 5 yards and try to continue to make the decision if you want to go for it or not.
Could not get it on 4th down on the opening possession. This is their 2nd attempt. Hauser finds his soft spot, complete to Brock Spalding for the 1st down. And Spalding comes up with his 3rd catch of the night, 11 yards. Caden Hauser still taking shots, sideline, caught, but is it out of bounds? Yes, out of bounds. Looking for Mangrum again. Sis.
Yeah, one thing Hauser leans into in situations like this is his dad. He played offensive line at UTEP, and his message has always been, keep swinging no matter what. That's stuck with him through all the ups and downs of his career, and that message of persistence, resilience, toughness is what Hauser says drives him through injuries, competition, and the grind of everyday football.
Was thrown into the fire early in his career at Michigan State, took his lumps, and now he is a star for this Pirates program. Slip tackle, spin move, inside the 25-yard line is London Montgomery.
London's their slasher. He's their home run player out of the backfield, and you see why on that catch and run.
Hauser, quick toss, nearly picked off through the hands of Spalding. How many near catches have we seen tonight?
That's usually Hauser's so good with those, the quick hitches, the slants, get the ball out now, the play action, all of that, and that one just got away from him. Ball was too high for the receiver. That's more on the quarterback than the wideout.
London Montgomery, give him a couple of yards. 3rd and long upcoming. And this is where Jake Hill wants to put his defense. He told us 3rd down defense will be critical to our success all season long. If we can stop the run, and they'll go crazy on 3rd down with the exotic looks. What do you got, Jake Hill, and the BYU defense here? 2 Pirates collide. Yannick Smith was the intended receiver, we think. There is a flag down. And that's going to go against BYU.
I don't know if I saw any defensive pass interference from BYU. It was 2 ECU players that ran into each other. And BYU's
Pass
coach, Kalani, is shocked too.
Defense, number 13. The penalty is spotted the foul. Automatic, 1st down.
That's against Tassili Akana. See him on the right side of the screen.
A little bit of a yank and pull down.
Yep. That was against Javante Connor, the tight end. This is where they really like to go to Riles and Connor in the pass game. Tight ends allow this offense to be creative. 11th play of the drive. Look out for Evan Johnson in 0. He's picked off Caden Hauser twice. Hauser And he's just going to sell this in another flag. This is going to go against Ace Kalfusi. He was holding London Montgomery with a one-on-one situation. This game is not
Pass
done.
interference. Defense, number 18. Bills in spot of the foul. Automatic. First down.
Oh, it's just a matter now of, well, can we find a way? A defense has yet to give up a touchdown this season. The easy call on the outside with the hold. Man, you would love just to be able to run the football to get inside the 5-yard line.
Gotta know where Evan Johnson is. Spot him on the screen, flag down. Oh, this is the stuff that ECU has done all night. They cannot afford these mistakes.
False start. Offense, number 19. 5-yard penalty. First down.
You gotta be clean against the BYU defense that has not allowed a touchdown this season.
No, these yards are critical in this situation. You get down to the red zone, and 6 false start. Once again, you are at home. There is no crowd noise.
That's what we expected from Bachmeier and BYU. Yes. From the 11. Jump cut. And trying to weave through his London Montgomery. Jack Kelly with the stop.
Yeah, you'd expect a Bachmeier freshman, first start on the road, 19-year-old, to be the one struggling the offense, to maybe make some mistakes and turnovers, and yet it's been ECU with 2 bad turnovers, one in the red zone, one that cost you 6 points, and then 6 full starts down on offense.
Second longest drive of the night. Hauser looked at the option and gets flipped. Logan Latui undercut him. Huge third down coming up. Does ECU approach this like they got 2 plays?
No, I don't think so, because you kick a field goal here, it's a two possession game. You make it 20-6, that's 2 touchdowns. Obviously, you would love a touchdown here right now, but I don't think this is necessarily a 4-down territory situation. Cut it down to 2 scores if you're unsuccessful here on 3rd and 7.
Blake Carroll has empowered this ECU offense to be ultra aggressive since taking over. Hauser rolling. And incomplete. He was looking for J.C. Connor. BYU holds, as they have done not just all night long, but all season long. The Cougars defense has not allowed a touchdown. Only program in America to say so.
Nothing there. Great defense. They've tried it a couple times now in the red area to roll the quarterback out to the right, flood the zone, and the defense has just been on top of it, knowing exactly what's coming.
25-yard attempt here for Nick Mazzi. Transfer from New Hampshire. First team CAA a season ago. And that is good from Nick Mazzi. And a couple of field goals, all that East Carolina has. The BYU defense bowing up when they need to. We do have a 2-score game in Greenville. this is wild for East Carolina because you got to turn around from a great opponent in BYU and take on Army on a Thursday night. That's a short week to get ready for the old triple option. That's a coach's worst nightmare. Usually programs spend some time in the summer looking ahead to teams like that, that approach. There simply wasn't enough time because the defense was a little behind, bringing in first-year defensive coordinator Josh Aldridge.
Well, also 9 new starters as well, so get those guys up and going with their defense.
Muff kick. Moa recovers, rumbles, and takes it down nearly to the 50-yard line. Let's check in with Kevin Connors in studio. KC? Aaron, say it with me. Probula.
You
got it.
We are masters of that.
Cody Hagan in motion. Bear Bachmeyer, 19-year-old freshman, firing on the run. The tipping toe. Did he get it in? And Parker Kingston does. Okay, Bear Bachmeyer. Young man is growing up.
We did not see any of this on the film for the first 2 games of the season. And Kingston with the tippy toe.
19-yard pickup. That's going to be a TFL. Tough to do against LJ Martin, but JoJo Jean just did. Now, the way that this was summed up by Blake Carroll, head coach for ECU, we're going to try to make Bear Bachmeyer beat us, and if he does, we tip the cap after that. Now,
I would say it's been a very balanced attack, though. This has been, I would say, for BYU, this is what they want. This is how they are going to play. Run the football, play action, take some shots, and then play great defense. This is their recipe for success, and now it's all coming together a little bit in week 3 for them.
Huge growth, and this comes after the bye week as well. Man, it is tough to take down LJ Martin. Martin has been rumbling all night, some tough yards for him.
I'm telling you, if you can bottle this up from Bear Bachmeyer and know that you can get this sort of play week in, week out. We talked about at the beginning, like this is a phenomenal football team.
Good team.
Very few holes that you could poke when you look at BYU. The question was, not that he wasn't good or not, it's just he's young. He's inexperienced.
Rowdy Dowdy back into it. Bachmeyer throwing to Moa, who motioned down to the backfield, and Moa picks up the first down. Bachmeyer is on a heater, looks in control. Wow.
That is a good word for it. He is on a heater right now. He's kind of in the zone at the moment. The ball's coming out. Guys are coming open. But at the end of the day, it still starts with the run game, man. I'm loving what Aaron Roderick is doing offensively, calling these plays.
Bachmeyer, fake the screen, comes back to Carson Ryan. There is a flag down, and Carson Ryan took that low hit, and he's limping getting up.
Holding, offense, number 71. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Yeah, so bigger concern here is the limp off the field by the star tight end, Carson Ryan. That goes against Isaiah Jada. But this dude is tough. He tried to get back on the field. Carson Ryan, and whether it was your no-go or not the personnel we're looking for.
It's also like, hey, man, it's end of the 3rd quarter. Just take a breather. Yeah. We're not going to snap the ball again.
Hey, you love that fire, though. Carson Ryan is ready to get back out there. He's been a difference maker. We go to the 4th quarter. ECU needs some stops. More than anything, they got to find the end zone.
Welcome back to Greenville. The score is 20-6, BYU up. You're down 2 scores, Coach. How do you guys get back in this one? How do you flip the script here in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, big series right here. We got the penalties. They got them behind the sticks. It's right at the kick line. If they get a field goal, pushing 3 scores behind. So we need to hold it, keep them out right here, get the ball back to their offense, and try to go score some touchdowns.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
First and 20 for Bear Bachmeier, the BYU offense. Bachmeier to Kingston. Kingston fighting through a tackle and takes it down to the 22-yard line.
Well, they can't miss tackles like that. Like you said, you got to be able to see if you can hold them to no points on this drive. So I would expect Josh Aldridge, the defensive coordinator for ECU, to bring some pressure right now. 1, to get his defense off the field, and 2, to make a longer field goal try.
Yeah, for one of the best field goal kickers in America that's made 20 straight. Bachmeier rips it, complete to Chase Roberts. That's a different dude playing quarterback, rocking that running back number of 47. Bear Bachmeier was not supposed to be the starting quarterback at BYU. Enrolled early from Stanford. Had a 4.0 GPA there before an opening at BYU. Jake Retzlaff moving on to Tulane. He comes in, wins the job. He was a 3-star prospect out of high school. He's a true freshman, so it's not like Bachmeier was a can't-miss guy at the quarterback factory.
Yeah, he wasn't like Arch Manning coming out.
L.J. Martin. L.J. Martin. Aaron Murray.
You had a good day today, I saw, though, Arch. A good day for Texas.
You got a flag down.
Personal foul, hands to the face, offense, number 75, 15-yard penalty, first down.
And that's against Andrew Gentry, the right tackle. Just really impressed, though, with Bear Bachmeier. Also the game plan from this coaching staff, led by Aaron Roderick on the offensive side. With an extra week of prep time, to have some big growth there, it's impressive.
Yeah, it's more time for him to kind of digest. This is what you did well for the first 2 games, this is what you can get better. And this is what I need to do as a coordinator to put you in a good position where you can go out there and play with some confidence.
Bachmeier. Kingston. That's 7 straight completions. The previous 6 were all for 10 yards or more.
I mean, we talked a little bit about this in the first quarter, Lowell, but I really like the skill position for BYU. You know, obviously everything runs through Chase Roberts first, and we know how talented he is. But I mean, Cody's got some wiggle to him. Parker's got some wiggle to him. You got Carson Ryan now at the tight end spot who can create, and the 2 running backs. It's a really good offense and a very talented offensive line that can protect.
Bachmeier run all the way. Bear looking like a Grizzly. Give him 6. His 4th rushing touchdown of his young career.
Well, they're playing at 2 high safety. So you have 2 players that are nowhere near any sort of run support. You see 4 defensive linemen have like 7 blockers. You see 20 get in there as well for the tight end spot, but there is no 3rd level defenders once he gets past the 2nd level, and it is clear sailings into the end zone for the young quarterback.
16 yards for Bear Bachmeier. Longest touchdown run of his career, just getting going. He entered the day 2nd among FBS true freshmen with 3 rushing touchdowns, regardless of position. That's number 4. And this week's college football rankings are brought to you by Goodyear. Looking at the AP Top 10. Week number 4, top 2 had the week off. So did your alma mater, the Georgia Bulldogs. Anything standing out to you on this day?
Ooh, there's a lot of good stuff, a lot of good football right now. Indiana whooping up on Illinois. Ooh, we're not expecting that.
Let's check in with Kevin Connors, see what he's got.
The receiver gave an invalid fair catch signal and did not complete the catch. The ball will be placed where he recovered it.
Well, Kevin, big question for Kalani Sitake and BYU is going to be, has there been enough movement ahead of them in the top 25 to get the Cougars inside and ranked? Oh my gosh, Isaiah Glasgow, just an absolute monster for the Cougars defense. All season long leading up to this, Sitake and BYU has been the first team outside the top 25 receiving votes. So theoretically, after a performance like this, going to 3-0, they could end up ranked in the top 25.
Yeah, they definitely could. I mean, we said before last commercial, there's just not a lot of holes in this football team. It's a solid team right now. All of a sudden, if you know that Hank Bachmeier can continue to develop like this.
That's by far the biggest question, and it was answered, at least in this game. And he's going to have a lot of adversity and tough tests because it's not just East Carolina that's going to try to make him win a game. But this is the first matchup he comes into on the road where a team has identified him as the weak part of BYU and saying, you've got to beat us. And a flag down.
Oh, what do you know? Another full start for the offense. This is just
number 6.
False start. Offense, number 1. Half the distance to the goal. 3rd down.
But I'll say this about the quarterback spot. When there's question marks, everyone on the team is kind of hesitant a little bit because you know that's the most important, not just because I played it, it's the most important position out there.
Yeah.
When he's playing at a high level, everyone else takes their game to another level as well. And you've seen that here tonight with everyone playing well.
Now that one is just dropped in for Yannick Smith for the first down ECU. Also, the fact that, not that he's just inexperienced, he's young. And he has a team that surrounded him of guys that have been on their 2-year LDS mission. He's got older receivers that want the football that he's trying to deliver it to. This guy wants to be fed. Yannick Smith to the 40-yard line.
Well, as we know with BYU, they got some grown men on this football roster. Not just guys that play a lot of football, but just mature human beings that are 23, 24, 25 years old.
That are married with kids.
They're married with kids, yes. That can take him under their wing and kind of help him develop along the way.
On the ground here is Parker Jenkins. And Caden Hauser for ECU is doing some nice things. The 2 longest drives, though, have been 14-play drives. And they have a total of 3 points from those drives. 1 field goal, and then that dubious pick in the end zone by Evan Johnson. Very next pass from Hauser picked off for the pick 6, and that was the turnover.
There really are a handful of plays in that first half. You just kind of scratch your head and say, man, if those didn't happen, completely different ball game right now. I'm not saying they would be leading or anything like that, but it would be a little bit of a different feeling right now in the 4th quarter. You're able to get some points there. You don't give up the pick 6 before halftime because of the muff punt. We put you back to the 2-yard line, and just the call in general of even throwing the football in that situation. But to the point about how long those drives are, that's the thing about these defenses, man. They just wait for you to make a mistake. They're fine giving up a 14-play drive.
It's Gunn. He picked up the first down on his last carry. Gets another one there. And Marlon Gunn, the senior leader from Baton Rouge, looking good. High snap. That's been a problem all night. Hauser recovers. Hauser running with the stiff arm. And is finally brought out by Mori Bamba.
Yeah,
Falatau Satuala got the stiff arm.
Yeah, there's definitely been, I think that's 3 now. 2 on the quarterback and 1 on the center. That ball was way too hot and high for him to control. That this offense is too good and too experienced to have the number of penalties and then miscues that we're seeing here tonight.
4th red zone drive. Swing pass out of the backfield. And denied by Jack Kelly. Now BYU, since this is their game, playing for pride, have not allowed a touchdown so far this season. 3rd and short. Big thump there, met quickly by Glasker. And it's a 1st down.
Well, that's when you need Marlon Gunn in there. The big bruiser, 3rd down running back. But, I mean, this is the time, too, inside the 5-yard line. Long drive. Defense may be worn out a little bit. Can you get him in the end zone?
Gone. Picks up 2, down to the 2.
Give him 1, if not 2 more opportunities to run the football.
Hauser will keep, cuts it up, 2nd effort and in. And finally, someone finds the end zone against the BYU defense, and it is Caden Hauser.
Twelve plays, 97 yards, man. That thing was nice. A huge 3rd down completion when they were backed up. Able to get out of their own end zone and then just continue to work the ball down the field. Some nice runs. And then the big play, too, catching that high snap, securing it, and then getting positive yards. That could have been a negative play that derailed the drive.
And that caps the longest touchdown drive for the Pirates since 2022 in a matchup against USF.
Well, it's going to happen at some point.
Yep.
It's going to happen at some point. First touchdown allowed this season. It took 2 games and 3 quarters to get there. And ECU finds a way with their quarterback to get 7 points on the board.
ESPN College Football Primetime is presented by Geico Switch and Save. Get more with Geico.
Welcome back to ESPN College Football Primetime, presented by Geico. BYU looking strong coming off the bye week after they trounced Stanford and demolished Portland State to open the season. It was a slow start. The Evan Johnson pick six late in the first half sparked BYU. Carson Ryan has a touchdown as well. ECU has just found pay dirt for the first time against BYU for any squad this season to make it 27-13, 8-11 left to play here in Greenville, North Carolina. Well, 7 Eastern on ESPN, ESPN Deportes and ESPN Radio. It's the final Sunday night baseball matchup of the regular season as the Mariners take on the Astros. Coverage begins at 6 Eastern on ESPN2 with baseball tonight, Sunday night countdown. Get to see the big dumper in action. Best nickname in baseball.
Kershaw's last game last night I saw for the Dodgers.
Wow. And one of the all-time greats. Per Bachmeier, long ways to go to become one of the all-time greats at the quarterback factory that it is BYU, but this is a step in the right direction. That's an uncharacteristic drop by Chase Roberts.
Yeah, I don't see many of those from number 2. 29 games with a reception in a row. Nice little maneuver there from Bachmeier, and the corner cat blitz off the edge, found a sliver of space to get the ball between.
106 rushing yards for BYU, 233 through the air, all from that man, and that's Cody Hagan. Let's check in with Lauren.
Guys, I've had my eyes on Bear here on the sidelines throughout much of the game, and I'll tell you what, he's been the same dude first half, second half, not saying a whole lot, but I'll tell you, the smile did come out here in the second half. You see this steady confidence about him, and his teammate there, Chase Roberts, said, look, Bear's awesome, the way he's been able to fit in with the culture here, stepping up as a young 19-year-old, not afraid to speak up, no stage too big for him. And I asked him, I said, what really set him apart in fall camp? And he said he made some throws that were just very impressive, big throws, and the way he led the team in the huddle really made him stand out.
And that's a dot, impressive on the run. Bachmeier to Chase Roberts.
He's a former baseball player, and you see it at times with a lot of the quick screens to the outside. And you saw it right there too, rolling to his left, just flipping the hips. Getting out like he's a shortstop, turning 2. Let's see what the penalty is. The sideline warning possibly on that side.
After the play is over, personal foul, late hit out of bounds, defense, number 20, 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Let's go back to the throw first off before we see the penalty out of bounds, but just be able to go to your left, flip those hips, and then just like kind of flick it. Going oppo, really nice. Put in the spot, and then yeah, well after it, you see 20 coming in there with the hit.
And that is Martin with flags all over the place. Now, if ECU could have come up with a stop there on third down, they just started getting really interesting, yeah.
Holding, offense, number 45, 10-yard penalty, first down.
I think that there is that. I mean, listen, this offense can score. There's no doubt about it. I know that the drives have been longer than what they're maybe used to a little bit, and there's just the way the defense is, but you still give me an opportunity with a quarterback and those playmakers, knowing that, hey, we can get 2 more possessions and we just got to get off the field. So if you can get the ball back in the next 2 minutes, you feel pretty good about maybe giving yourself an opportunity to make this back half of this fourth quarter interesting.
And this is where BYU is going to use that slow, methodical pace. They're going to huddle up, take their time. Moa, quick acceleration to the 49-yard line. Number 21, Enoch Navahina, is also checked into the game for BYU. I've not seen him in the first couple of games this season. He is healthy and ready to contribute for what is a loaded backfield for this Cougars offense. And it's the perfect setup. Veteran receivers that go to tight end and Carson Ryan, solid O-line, and bruising running back after bruising running back to make life easier for Bear Bachmeier, 19-year-old true freshman. And there is Navahina. And he's going to go backwards slightly for a loss.
This is an interesting spot right here. Under 6 minutes. I know it's a 2-score game still. You're not playing to lose, and you want to be a little bit cautious. So I don't think you're going to do a deep drop here and try to throw the ball to the sticks. I think you want to get the ball still out of Bachmeier's hands. See if one of your playmakers can then make a play post. But understand, man, if we don't get the first down, we punt the ball and we make them drive the field. And they still got to score twice with now under 5.5 minutes to go in the ball game. So expect a nice, easy throw, if not run on this play right now.
5 for 11 on third down. Bachmeier. Oh, Martin gave him a block, but got rocked. Bear Bachmeier right at the sticks. And the officials say move that chain. First down for number 47.
Nice, safe play. Like we said, let's not put the ball in harm's way. Here's LJ got knocked. Boom, backwards, but he'll take it because it still took a defender out of the play. And then Hank showing off, or excuse me, Bear showing off what he can do with his legs. A nice touchdown run. And then now getting a big first down to, I feel like this game is now closing out for another victory for BYU.
His brother Hank was his starting quarterback at Wake Forest last season. And drop for loss is Cody Hagan. We talked about the LDS missions, which is a big part of the faith of the LDS Church. And Cody Hagan, like a lot of these BYU players, right out of high school, took their LDS mission to serve. And when you get back on campus, there's a phrase known as mission legs. And he was known to have mission legs a year ago because when you're on these mission trips, you're trying to do some things to stay in shape, but not enough to replicate what the grind is like playing Power 4 conference football.
No, not many things are like what it is to play 4 quarters of big-time football week in and week out.
Because once Hagan got his football legs back, he is a guy that can certainly fly and will be an anticipated element to this Cougars offense. And we got a timeout.
ECU, their first of the half.
Power football for the Cougars closing in on a 3-0 start for the 3rd straight year. Never done that before. Well, we've had some true freshman quarterbacks putting up some eye-popping numbers and, more than anything, leading teams to wins. I didn't think that we would have Bear Bachmeier in this company coming into this game.
No, he's been an impressive company. Bryce Underwood has just been fantastic. Take away, obviously, that Oklahoma game, very tough. Malik Washington, what a start to the season for him there at Maryland, has been terrific. And the kid from Cal been special, kind of out of nowhere.
Well, Bachmeier has been one of those players out of nowhere. It looked like it would be Jake Retzlaff leading this Cougars offense into this season. Well, Bachmeier has taken the reins. They've also highlighted this man, L.J. Martin, his first rushing touchdown of the season. He had done everything else, needed that.
So funny talking with Aaron Roderick, the OC for BYU. We said, man, like ECU brings all these exotic blitzes and they'll load sides up. Like, yeah, but if you're gonna do that, there's gonna be some weaknesses. You're gonna bring pressure from one side. There's gonna be openings, and then right there you see all the pressure coming to the field, and then no one backside. Offense line does their job, and then Ford takes it to the house.
And he is good. He is so good. L.J. Martin, that is his fourth run of at least 40 yards this season. That's the most in the FBS. And with that run, puts him over 100 yards for the third straight game. It's the first time in his career he's had 3 straight 100-yard rushing games.
Offsides, defense with contact. That penalty's declined. We will play to try.
I mean, he had a career high 131 yards in the first game. And you just tell that he is just in a good spot to start the season off right now at the running back spot.
Told the story of how they landed L.J. Martin. He was committed to Stanford. BYU goes to Stanford, rushes for over 400 yards. David Shaw resigns after the game. L.J. Martin needed a place to go. BYU said, you got a home here in Provo.
He knows it. You see Mitchell going down, cruising.
Look at everybody else clearing out.
I think the good thing, too, for LJ is he knows that Moa's pretty darn talented behind him, that I'm not going to have to carry the load all season, that we're going to be able to kind of load management this running back position. If you can get 10 to 15 good rushes per game, and you're going to go hard. That's what he did tonight.
First BYU player with 100 rushing yards in the first 3 games of the season since 2002, and Marcus Whalen did it. It's been clean football for BYU in terms of taking care of the rock, and they are doing this against an ECU team that came into this game +7 in the turnover margin, #1 in college football. They've got 2 takeaways here tonight. Return out to the 20-yard line. The WNBA playoffs roll on tomorrow with a pair of Game 1s of the best-of-5 semifinals. The Aces host the Fever at 3 Eastern on ABC. Then on ESPN, the top-seeded Lynx host the Mercury. WNBA Countdown tips off the coverage at 2:30 on ABC and the all-new ESPN app. All right, Big 12, huge win for Texas Tech on the road at Utah with a backup quarterback after Barry Morton got knocked out. There's been some topsy-turviness to the start of the Big 12 schedule. Where do you think BYU falls in that big picture?
Well, I think BYU is one of the top teams in that conference. There's no doubt in my mind that this team can compete. Obviously, Texas Tech looked the part today on defense, on offense. We know what they can do. I mean, money extremely well spent in the offseason to really bolster that defense, especially that defensive line. And
taking the Ohio State approach.
Yeah, I mean, it was impressive to see what they did on the road against Utah. Really dominated that game on the defense side of the football. So I think they're obviously the clear favorites right now. but I would put BYU kind of right there with them in the conversation, or at least right underneath them.
Kansas State has been a huge disappointment.
A huge disappointment.
Iowa State's going to be a team you got to contend with.
Yep.
But Arizona State, the loss in Starkville, that was not expected, but bringing so much back, even though they lost Cam Scatterbo.
And I think the tough thing with BYU this is you do look at their schedule in October and November on the road against Iowa State, on the road against Texas Tech. So you're talking about two of the teams that are going to be kind of up there, you got to be on the road for.
Well, don't forget about on the road at Arizona.
Yeah.
Either. Arizona has been off to a good start this season.
And even though Utah lost today, that's a really good Utah team that you got. And obviously we know what that game means for this program. So everyone knew this to start the season. The Big 12, there are so many good teams, very equal teams, that there's gonna be a lot of close matchups that are gonna determine this thing down the stretch.
So Therian Alexander to the third, hit Yannick Smith, and we have a flag coming out. Coach Satake is a little heated.
After the play is over, unsportsmanlike conduct, defense, number 1.
And I love that.
Yeah.
That's Kalani Satake with a little tough
That is
love.
the first unsportsmanlike for number 1.
So obviously got on him, but the way he wrapped that up was a nice, powerful hug at the end. Got to be better than that.
Yeah, you know you can't stand over someone and taunt them. I mean, you're up 34-13. I mean, what are we doing here with that?
For East Carolina, they do not have time to lick the wounds. Thursday turnaround to take on Army. BB pass, and all of a sudden Brock Spalding is putting together himself again.
So you want to talk about a turnaround. I mean, to go from going against a physical football team like BYU to a short week to place Army is not what you want on your calendar.
The swing out to Parker Jenkins, and that should take us to the 2-minute timeout. So BYU 2 minutes away from a 3-0 start.
Timeout for an injured player.
And we're seeing a young quarterback grow up in front of our eyes in the form of the Bear.
How did we get here in this game? BYU up big in the fourth quarter. Well, it starts with elite defense in the red zone. We ain't giving up touchdowns. Evan Johnson with the big one there in the first half. And then right before halftime, snagging it for the pick six. This defense giving up their first touchdown of the season, but have been terrific other than that.
Swing out to Marlon Gunn. He's brought down by Maury Bamba. What made that even more significant, it was a 6-3 defensive struggle.
Yep.
ECU driving to take the lead, change the complexion of this game. Hauser was having a really good drive with some miracle throws on third down. Then that pick by Johnson, as this one is underneath down to the 15-yard line to Yannick Smith. And it was back-to-back passes that were actually intercepted by Johnson, with that last one, the pick six. And all set up, too, by just
timeout for an injured player.
The little blunders here and there. Because even after that first interception, they're able to stop BYU, get the ball back, but they botched the punt return, which backs them up at the one?
At the one. And then you're just kind of thinking, you know what, like, I still think you get understanding you just push it and get a couple yards going to halftime, but you know, not a lot of confidence with the offensive line going against BYU's front seven, and end up doing a little RPO pass to the outside on a quick hitch, and Evan Johnson makes a terrific play, and the rest has kind of been history for BYU. Used that momentum, and now it's had a great second half.
That's Maury Bamba popping up. Fifth-year senior out of Wisconsin. Final 90 seconds left to go here in Greenville. Dowdy Ficklin has thinned out, but the crowd in the first half was as good as it gets. Kate Hauser still fighting. No one home. On that 4th and 4, BYU will get the football back. And they'll be able to sit on this one and walk out of this place victorious. It's always a little interesting when a team like BYU makes a long trip like this. This is the second longest trip that they've had over the last 5 years. The only one longer last year at UCF. You can hear the chants now.
It's a great group of fans, BYU fans, that have either made the trip or live locally, that have come to support their Cougars. And you know, I'll say this about ECU too, as we start to wind down this game. I still think it's a very talented team. I think you and I both agree that there's a lot of good pieces on both sides, and they just ran into what we believe is one of the best teams in the Big 12 here this evening.
Oh, we're going hurdle style. Enoch Navahine. Not even he can believe it. Well, so much for sit on it.
Timeout.
And take the air of the football.
Their second of a half. It will be 30 seconds.
He launched off his neck. He used Samuel Dega's back and neck as a springboard.
A little flex to his team afterwards too. Love that. Just,
gosh.
Can only dream of being that athletic, to be able to hurdle someone and then use them to spring forward for another yard or two.
The level of unintentional disrespect on that play.
That's one that you hope you got a photo of it, and it's your new Instagram profile picture.
And so next Saturday, College Game Day, taking the show to Happy Valley for a huge one in the Big Ten with Oregon and Penn State.
They didn't want to go to Athens?
Come on, go Athens. See, Penn State's for real. That's the team that still had the most question marks about. See if Drew Aller is ready for that matchup against Dante Moore in Oregon. And that is McKay Hillstead with the key. But BYU's going to be a threat in the Big 12. They've got all the pieces. The biggest question
ECU
is what
third and final
would the young quarterback look like?
30 seconds.
And he passed this test with flying colors. I mean, this place was ready. to make it a rude awakening to life on the road. And it was one of those rare games where there was no secrets from the coaches all week long. Both sides knew what was going to happen. They were going to challenge Bachmeier to win the game.
Well, you're also talking about a defense that came in here, 9 sacks, first in the American, 16th in the country. A team with 8 turnovers gained, 5 fumbles, 3 interceptions, which was first in the country. So a defense that has wreaked havoc to start the season. So you're expecting, hey, this defense is hot, getting after the quarterback, confusing quarterbacks. Let's see if they can confuse the young man, and just were unable to do that for 4 quarters.
Kalani Sitake looking like he could have his 4th 10-win campaign with this squad this season. Certainly looked the part. And this team's only going to get better as the year goes on. And Bachmeier gets older and more mature. That carry will take it close to the sticks. Bear Bachmeier, man. It's still jarring to see that number 47.
It's so weird. It is so bizarre to look down there, and I don't even know if I consider it a running back number. I still consider it it's like a long snapper number.
Like a fullback number, maybe.
Long snapper.
Yeah, long snapper.
Long snapper. He looks like a long snapper.
He does not play like a long snapper.
Not tonight, he didn't. Let's bottle this up and do it 9 more times.
Passing touchdown to his tight end, Carson Ryan. Rushing touchdown as well.
BYU, their first of the half. It will be 30 seconds.
But look, his background, you know he's fit for this. We told you off the top of the broadcast, Dad was a Marine, Grandpa, fighter pilot. Great-grandpa fought in the Pacific, handling adversity in his blood, and he looked good for the start.
Yeah, man, it starts with the run first. You see a lot of these plays that we're gonna highlight are off play action pass. Another play action pass right here, getting linebackers to move, and you just play within the system. Run the football, utilize his legs as well. Nice touchdown run. Layer the football nicely up and over second-level defenders throughout the ball game as well. I mean, I give him an A+ this evening. There is nothing that I did not like. Weird to say it, from number 47.
That was part of the deal coming to BYU. Got the guarantee from Kalani Sitake that he could not just keep the number 47, but keep it as he played the quarterback position.
You know, was he scheduled to be 47 at Stanford?
It's a good call.
I don't know.
Don't know.
Is that part of the reason he left?
He was there in the spring. Well, also the coaching turnover that they had.
Yeah.
That was obviously a part of that.
Andrew Luck sitting here like, man, we could have had this guy.
Well, they saw him face-to-face 2 weeks ago. And what's hard to believe for me is this is going to be a 3-0 start for the 3rd straight season. For the first time in program history. Think about Lavelle's teams and how good those teams were with all the great quarterbacks who have come through Provo. It's an eye-opening stat to me. Miles Hall makes a tackle. So ECU with a quick turnaround. They got Army on Thursday. BYU headed to the mountains. They got Coach Prime in Colorado to open up their Big 12 campaign. So close to making the college football playoff a season ago. Kalani Sitake has reloaded, and he's got a young quarterback that's going to keep growing, but has shown the atmosphere is not going to get the best of him. Bear Bachmeier finishes the night completing 9 of his last 10 passes for 120 yards and a touchdown. What impressed you the most?
I just think it's a team now all of a sudden that should walk into this locker room, get on the plane tonight and say, why not us this year? Why not us? Why can't we win the Big 12? Last year we were one of the best teams in the league and just tie-breaking rules did not make it into the championship game. Why can't we win this league and be a playoff team next year or this year? I think they're good enough on both sides of the football right now. And you said it best a couple of minutes ago, Lowell. They will get better every game and every snap that he continues to play at the quarterback spot. So BYU's for real. This is a good win. Like I said, this is a good ECU football team.
Absolutely. And what a well-timed bye week, given that it is a true freshman quarterback that's 19 years old, that you're trying to get more comfortable running the offense. Here is Lauren Sisler with more.
Hey, Coach Kalani Sitake, great win for you guys tonight. The big storyline coming into this one, your quarterback, a young quarterback, how he was going to handle the emotion in this moment. What was your biggest takeaway?
Yeah, it was a great game for him, and I think great game for all of us as a team. I really love how all three phases played, but really happy with our quarterback. He made great decisions, and it wasn't perfect, but man, this is a really good step for him in the right direction. We're excited about what he can do next week.
What really stood out about your team's performance, especially as they got things going there in the second half?
Well, East Carolina's a really good team, and they got a lot of fight, and so we knew that there was going to be some adversity along the way. We just got to just manage it, and just everybody just does their 1/11th, and we'll be fine. But we can overcome a lot of issues with energy and effort, and luckily we have this guy to run the ball and throw the ball for us, so it was good for him to settle down a little bit.
All right, this guy right here, Bear Bachmeyer, way to perform tonight. You got the win. First true road game, handling the moment was the big key for you. How do you feel like you stood up to the task?
Yeah, I thought as a team we did well, and so, you know, those guys helped me out, and you know, we got the best fans in the country, and so they made it like a home game. So, you know, after a couple series, kind of just get the jitters out and you start settling in.
Look, I got to tell you, you're like even keel. Not a lot of emotion on the sideline. Where do you get that from?
I guess I got to give my older brothers credit, and my older sister as well, and you know, just looking up to them and their poise. You know, I guess you never want to get, you know, up and down emotionally as a quarterback, so you kind of just want to stay level-headed.
What did this win mean for you tonight? First road game, being able to handle things under pressure.
Yeah, it meant a lot. So the crowd's going crazy. That's our fans.
You're ready to get over there, aren't you?
Yeah. I mean, it meant a lot. It was a good road game, and yeah, I mean, to get acclimated on the road, and I mean, it was a great team win. I mean, special teams, defense, offense, all three phases. It was a great team win.
All right, go enjoy it, man.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Bear Bachmeyer will now get his turn in the attention from Cougar Nation. And let's not lose track of how good this ECU defense was. 8 takeaways coming into this game. Ball hawking defense, the best in America, and it's turnover-free football for the young quarterback.
Yeah, an offensive line that protected him as well, gave him the confidence to step into some of those throws, see it clearly down the field. Great game plan from Aaron Roderick.
They're calling for him too.
Oh, yeah.
And he's just like he's a baby. He doesn't know exactly what to do.
He looks like a baby during that interview. I mean, he looks like he's...
And now look at the reaction here. And throwing up the headband. It's going to be a popular item, as that is a major statement for Bear Bachmeyer to come here on the road in Greenville, North Carolina. Tough place, a rowdy dowdy, and shut it down and get a win. A lot of autographs from this man coming up in the future as BYU is 3-0. For Aaron Murray and Lauren Sisler, I'm Logan Galindo. Have a great night.